For those who aim high and dream big, a pilgrimage for tomorrow. And Cramer has been there every step of the way, from sales to service, dreaming with a purpose.
Every year we make this pilgrimage to San Francisco for Salesforce's annual Dreamforce Conference. I love it here. Brings together thousands of their customers and partners, talk about the biggest trends in tech. Always an educational week for me, checking in with so many great companies. But there's nothing like talking to our host for the week. So we got a chance, yes, the chance to speak to that host, Marc Benioff, co-founder, chair, and CEO of Salesforce. Marc, welcome back to Mad Money.
Jim, thanks for coming again to San Francisco and making the pilgrimage and being here. It's so great to be with you always.
Thank you for being the great teacher you are. I happen to have caught your keynote today. And I have to tell you, and I'm not blowing smoke, I didn't understand AI until I saw it, because AI was what I call an abstraction, some sort of business-to-business thing. What did you say that resonated and would resonate with anyone who was not at this amazing keynote?
Well, I know a lot of customers love AI, but they have a hard time spelling it. And it's just how it is, Jim, which is that they've seen it, they've heard about it, they're excited about it. Maybe they've even bought a large language model. Maybe they have bought, a security system, now hyperscaler services, and now they're going to try to hook it all together, and it has failed them. Yeah, the Copilot experience for so many customers has become the Clippy experience. What I mean by that is they're just not getting the value that they want.
It has not paid off.
It hasn't paid off for them, and it's been disappointing for them, and they've come to this show with that kind of rejection feeling in tow. And I know that because I've been doing focus groups all over the world, talking to customers, and they're like, listen, I'm trying to DIY my AI. That means do it yourself.
Right.
Trying to put all these pieces together. It's too complicated, too sophisticated.
Okay, so agent, it's funny, when I knew I was going to talk to you, and I was seeing your ma, Joe, out there, and I was saying, your boy really kind of figured it out. Because what he made me realize is that Agentforce allows me to be a person, to be acknowledged. There aren't enough people in the world anymore. There are not enough. We've fired so many customer service people. We've got rid of everybody who interacts with us. And you brought them back to someone that is empathetic, sympathetic, and more knowledgeable. It just doesn't happen to be a person.
Well, Jim, this is what AI was meant to be. We want to augment our employees with AI. We want to make our companies more productive with AI. We also want to have more revenue. We want to have higher margins. We want better business results. We want to use AI as a tool to make our businesses better and ourselves better. But it's been too hard. It's been too expensive. And our job is to make things lower cost and easier to use at Salesforce. And we do that through the Salesforce platform. And Jim, on this show, year in and year out, tirelessly since 2008, we've talked about the movement from the cloud to social, to mobile, to AI even, and even to data, but now to agents. And the idea that agents are the way that we're going to be able to transform these businesses and take them to another level.
But agents are getting what we call agency. You have agents that are more knowledgeable, whatever, they have all of your data, so they're more knowledgeable than any one salesperson can be. They are respectful. They are empathetic. Now, can anyone create that? I mean, it would seem to me, did I just see something today that is not replicable, or is it?
Jim, here's the key point. You look at a customer that we have here like Sachs. It's a great company. We've all been in the Sachs store. It's awesome. And they use our Sales Cloud for clienteling, and our Service Cloud for the service issues, and our Marketing Cloud for their email, and Commerce Cloud, which is how they buy the products, okay, and analytics. We have Tableau and Slack, and we give them a whole platform to manage Sachs. This is what we have done. And we've built a data cloud to amalgamate all that data together, and it's been awesome for them. And last night they got here, Jim. Last night they got here, and they're like, yeah, we've automated all the customer touch point. We even showed them our new next generation cash register that they can plug into that. So they have point of sale in their store, and they're like, so excited. Said, now just one more thing, Agentforce on top of that. And we worked with them for only about an hour or so, and we built autonomous agents that are live now on Sachs.com that are doing all of their returns and all of their customer service and took all the
things that people got rid of.
Easily.
They got rid of because those people didn't have an ROI.
Easily.
So now we have a cynical attitude toward the hit one, hit two. That's gone. It's not one hit two, is it? We don't do that anymore in your world.
Jim, that's because we have the data, we have the metadata, we have the business logic, we have the workflow, the security, the trust layer is all in our platform. And then, Jim, we can make those customers successful with their customers in these incredible new ways. And it's so much more than just go away with the hit 1 for sales, hit 2 for service, hit 3 for marketing.
That's why I want people to see that keynote, because that's when it hit me. It's like, I don't want to hit one.
I'm so glad you came to the
I'd rather shop somewhere else. But then everyone else has equally horrible service. And then your service comes along, a bespoke non-human.
Look, we had 10,000 people in the keynote room, and we had 10 million online with us. Right. And Jim, that is how we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to go person by person, customer by customer, because companies have been hypnotized to think they have to buy a chip and a data center and a database and a security structure and an AI model and a this and a that and all these things, and they don't need to buy any of that, Jim.
No, they don't.
They just need to use the Salesforce platform, and we will deliver the results. And this is what AI was meant to be.
Right, that's the point. It was. Now, does Jensen get it? Jensen Wong, you going to see him?
He's a huge part of all of this, but you know,
let us about it. I mean, you know that we've
let us deal with Jensen and build that in at the right level, and then let our customers worry about what they're good at. Sachs should be worried about selling us this suit. You know, where I bought these shoes, Christian Dior gorgeous shoes I bought on Sachs.com. That is what makes, you know, things happen. I bought that on Sachs.com. Perfect.
Well, do you think that people are more comfortable? Will they end up being more comfortable speaking to an agent who's kind when it comes to medical?
Wow, what a powerful thought this is. Our doctors and our nurses are just way burnt out after the pandemic. Nobody knows why. Talk to any hospital, any medical institution, and they will tell you that in these big medical systems, the doctors and nurses are just trashed because we're just so interactive with them now. We have more medical information, more medical records. We're getting our labs done. We're calling them, hey, I got this issue, I got that issue. And they're like, hey, I don't have time for all of this. No. So we have shown that working with one of the largest in the world, we're not going to talk about the name, that we were able to do the scheduling and other aspects of the patient interaction, and we're going to resolve this doctor burnout issue. By the way, that's very personal to me, as you know, as one of the largest medical philanthropists in the country. I want our doctors to be working on making people healthier and doing great research, not worried about scheduling your MRI and scheduling your labs and scheduling your next vision and answering basic questions about your lab results. The agents can do that.
The agent can do all that.
It's a waste.
The agent can ask a lot of questions.
And we don't have the doctors and nurses to do it anyway.
Okay, so let's go back over.
We can make it so much better.
Well, you are doing a sit down with Jensen.
By the way, these are two incredible use cases. We talked about retail, and now we're talking about healthcare, but we could go and talk about other amazing companies that we talked about today, like Wiley and OpenTable, and we even talked about Disney and how we can automate the Disney experience so much better.
That for people, there's two kinds of Disneys. There's the Disney where you've dialed into what you're doing. Then there's the Disney where you're kind of looking like this, and you really can't afford to do the looking like this anymore.
Jim, I am the #1 Disney fanboy in the world. I go to Disneyland 4 times every year. You know that. I send you my photos where I'm at Disneyland.
I appreciate that.
And when I go, I always have a Disney guide to help me make sure I maximize my time, and I get in 30 rides, and it's the best experience possible. But sometimes, Jim, a ride goes down or there's a problem because safety is the highest value at Disney, which I respect so much. And so they'll say, Mark, we can't bring you to Rise of Resistance right now. And then the agent, or their Disney guide, is looking at his phone. He runs Salesforce and he runs Slack, trying to figure out where am I going to take Mark next. But now there's going to be an agent on the phone that says, just take Mark to Toontown. That's all Mark really wants. We looked at his ride history. And by the way, you know what else about Mark? He wants to be there pretty quickly. And we looked at the whole flow of the park right now and who's where. And Mark needs to go to Toontown now. And That's exciting for me because
Well, it
I
changes
love
the value
Disney.
proposition.
I love Disney. Like we run Disney Plus service, and
They're all yours.
we
I
run
know.
the store and the guys. But Jim,
Maybe get that stock
but
up.
Jim,
Yeah.
Jim, listen, they're doing a great job in that company. Let me just tell you one thing about that company.
All right,
It
then
is
we're
the
gonna-
greatest brand, but my goal is to raise that customer experience even one level above.
All right, well, I bet it'll get there. Now, one last thing. You did announce Salesforce NVIDIA for strategic collaboration to advance AI
And I love that
agent
CEO
innovation.
that Disney too, by the way.
Okay, well, that's terrific. God love you. The Salesforce and NVIDIA forged strategic collaboration to advance AI agent. So you'll be sitting down, fireside chat with Jensen.
Jensen is coming here.
Yes, now...
And not only Jensen, my next door neighbor invented the GPU for Jensen, and he's here too. David Kirk is amazing. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's...
Their original chief scientist is here. Just serendipitously, he's my neighbor, and I said, "You've got to come to Dreamforce."
Well, does Jensen subscribe to the notion that Agentforce is what AI was meant to be? Does he subscribe to that?
Absolutely. I had a long talk with him about it. That this idea of agents, he's been dreaming about this. By the way, these are guys who in 2008 and 2009 invented the next way to do graphics. Right. And do you remember the first time I bought the Switch? And I called you and I said,
you were all excited about the Switch.
Is amazing. And I'm like, it's NVIDIA. And then who would have thought that this idea that they could do triangles better in graphics would become the way to be able to have better large language models? It's a phenomenal act of computer science. But now, the reality is we're going to have much more accurate AI, lower hallucinations, because in the Salesforce platform, Jim, we're looking at all your customer touch points. We have the data and the metadata. We have all your security provisions, all your sharing models, and we're going to deliver AI at a rate and speed and quality and capability like never before.
I don't need to be pecuniary, but if you deliver on that, then we get more than a $250 stock price. Fair enough?
Jim, as I've said to you,
so I'm small-minded. I'm a dollar sign represented by a man. I can't help myself. The people who watch actually,
I'm about customer success.
They love them. They like $300 even more than them.
You focus on the stock, I focus on customer success.
Fair enough. That's Marc Benioff, Salesforce CEO. Thank you, Marc.
Great to be with you, Jim. Welcome to Dreamforce.
Coming up, from high-speed rail to industrial AI, this company does nothing small. Manufacturing and more from the cutting edge. Next. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.